Hey everyone, and welcome to a very short patch review for Legion TD2. It's actually just a mini patch, so it's in addition to the patch 2.24. It's 2.24b, but I thought I'd show you anyway, because there are some interesting things happening in this patch. So, pathing and targeting reverted the 2.24 change for ranged units. It was causing ranged fighters to occasionally be focused before melee fighters on ranged waves, especially wave 11. Okay, so what they changed with 2.24 was the targeting system. So it was not really that random anymore, but instead, if an enemy fighter was in range of, let's say, 2 of your units, and then it would always attack the unit which has attacked the enemy fighter first. So if you have, for example, an Antler and a Berserker on wave 10, and the Antler hits the mini-boss first, and then the Berserker, the mini-boss will always target the Antler first. So this is how it works with every creep right now. But apparently they just removed that for ranged fighters, because that meant that ranged fighters were often focused first on range waves, especially on 11 apparently, because 11 is very high range. So I'm curious to see how that actually changes the targeting on ranged waves again. So ranged units now slightly prefer to target closer units, but still prefer to hit low HP targets when possible. Wait, they used to do that? All right, all right. That's fine though. So if they really wait, ranged units now slightly prefer to target closer units. So that would make it, like, theoretically more likely that your Fire Elemental and Rogue Wave on wave 6 are actually killing the rockers to the left who are attacking your Fire Elemental, which is very, very good, because it is so frustrating to see when there's like three rockers on the Fire Elemental and the others are to the right side, hitting off some tier 1 towers or whatever you have in the split, and then for some reason your Fire Elemental decides to shoot in the right side and just lets the rockers kill it, which is very, very frustrating. So this should make it less likely to happen, which is good. Performance no longer lags when multiple mercenary stock timers are taking down. Optimize logic to use a shared render tick rather than individual times per action. Oh, this dude, thank you. Thank you so much. That is very awesome. This once again shows what kind of a machine Lisk is. Please give this guy some love, because he deserves it. Like, I just told him about this yesterday. Like, yesterday on stream, we noticed that when you send yourself every single mercenary, the game starts to lag like fucking crazy, but only for a certain amount of time. And then some viewers of mine noticed that the lags were actually starting to fade away as soon as the timers come off, like off cooldown. So yeah, and then I immediately wrote Lisk about this on Discord, and he hopped onto my stream, had a look at this. That was yesterday evening. Like, that was legit yesterday. And wow. And he immediately this is so awesome. Really, fucking good job. Fucking good job, really. This shows why I love this game so much. Like, the interaction is just insane between the developers and the community, or rather, like, well, in this case, it's only one developer, but between the team from LTD2 and the community. Because I don't know. I don't know of any other game where I can just PM a developer in Discord, tell him, hey dude, come to my stream, I gotta show you something, and he shows up like 2 minutes later, sees this, and then the next day there's a patch for it and it's being fixed. This is just awesome. So huge props to that. And apparently, yeah, they already said they wanted to implement a new mechanic for Millennium and Doomsday, so let's check this out. Millennium got less damage, but now got an ability, Explosive Shells. When dealing the killing blow, deals 150 to flying impact damage in an area around the dying unit. Interesting. Okay. So, this makes Millennium and Doomsday, like, it's the same for Doomsday, by the way. So it's less damage, and it's a detonation on killing blows. So this is really good when the Doomsday, for example, hits into a snail, right? So snails are less of a hard counter to that, and it also gives Millennium and Doomsday some ability to actually clear mass pretty effectively. I mean, it doesn't seem that much compared to this damage, but let's say you have like 2 or 3 Doomsdays, and they all hit different snails, and then those snails explode for 250 AoE damage. That's not too shabby, actually. I mean, That really is kind of a lot. I'm very very curious to see how that works out. Rather than just being an anti-wave 20 powerhouse. Well, they never were that great on 20. I mean, there are lots of like mostly summoning shit was better with fertilizer and stuff. I don't know. Doomsday was never that. I mean, it's good against 20, but it's not what you build if you really need to hard hold the wave. They were really good on 21 though. Which is now obviously worse. Like their 21 is worse, but then again, 21 is something that you hit very rarely. So I kind of like this change, but I'm fearing it might actually be pretty strong. I don't know. We'll have to see, because as I said, like the interaction between Millenniums and shit hitting a snail and then having this AoE damage, that's kind of nuts. I mean, imagine it on Swarm Waves, like on 12 for example, when the Millennium hits a snail. It actually deals a lot more damage than if it weren't hitting a snail, so that's not something to sneeze at, and we'll have to see how that plays out, but I'm definitely going to try it out in today's stream. So yeah, as I said, was a kind of short patch, but I wanted to show you because there were some really cool things in it. So thank you for watching, and have a great day.